Hi, I'm Adriana, trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist. And today's video is going to be a trauma-informed yoga practice all about self-love and self-compassion. So grab your mat and we'll get started. I will be starting today's practice in child's form. So feel free to join me in that form. If you would prefer, you can do something else that feels really comfortable and good for your body today. There are many different variations of child's form that you might choose to do today. Perhaps you choose having your legs together. You may decide to bring your knees to the sides of your mat to have your legs a little further apart. And you could place your hands on the ground in front of you. You could place them behind you. You could rest your head on the ground, or maybe you have bolsters or blocks or a pillow that you want to rest your head on. So find whatever variation of the shape that feels best for you. As I mentioned, this practice is all about finding self-compassion. Life can get hectic. It can be overwhelming. It can be scary, and especially after living a period of trauma, all of those things can feel even more heightened. I know for myself, there can be times where my anxiety or my thoughts just feel overwhelming. It makes me not feel good enough. And so this practice is all about having that self-compassion, especially on those hard days. Knowing that you are worthy, that your thoughts do not make up who you are. And I have an affirmation for today that might resonate with you. It is, I accept myself. I forgive myself. And I know that I am doing the best I can right now with what I know. I accept myself. I forgive myself. And I know I'm doing the best that I can right now with what I know. Maybe you can say that to yourself a few times, or perhaps something else comes to your mind that resonates more with you. Feel free to say in your mind or out loud any words of affirmation. We'll be in this child's form for a few more breaths. One more inhale. And on your exhale, coming up to hands and knees with me. Of course, if you prefer to stay in child's form or a different form, feel free to do that. We'll be moving into a variation of lizard. So I invite you to take your left leg and place it next to the left hand. Your hands are on the inside of the left leg. Your right knee is down and relaxing on the ground beneath you. If you would prefer, you can get a blanket for underneath that right knee if that feels better for you. And from here, if you choose, you can join me in rocking back and forth through that right hip. So straightening that front left leg slightly as you gently rock back, getting a bit of a stretch perhaps in the back of that left leg. And then coming back to the start. Inhaling, bringing that hip backwards, straightening the left knee. Exhaling, coming back. Doing that 2 more times if you'd like. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more. Coming back to that lizard form. Moving into a low lunge. So if your hands are down on the ground, you can bring them up. And there's many different variations of the arms that you can do. You can keep your hands down on that left leg. You could place them down beside you. You might clasp your elbows behind your head and maybe straighten the arms up. You can choose the variation that works best for you today, the one that feels best. Holding here for a few breaths, maybe feeling a stretch through the right front of the hip. I accept myself. I forgive myself. I know I am doing the best I can with what I know right now. And even throughout this practice, you are doing the best you can with what your body would like to do today. Have compassion for that. One last inhale here and one exhale. And we'll repeat this on the other side. So you can come down, bringing that left leg back and switch so that the right leg is up and the hands are on the inside of the right foot. Once again, from here, you might decide to rock back and forth with me, bringing that hip back, straightening the right leg slightly as far as feels comfortable for that right hamstring, the back of the leg. Lean back up. And I'll be doing that 3 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, back to start. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, back to start. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, back to start. Pausing here for one breath before moving into the low lunge on this side. Same as the other side. You can choose any of the arm variations down at your side, on your knee, up above your head. Holding here for a few breaths, knowing that if at any point it doesn't agree with your body, you can switch to something else. There's no right or wrong here. Have that compassion for what your body is asking of you today. I accept myself. I forgive myself. I am doing the best with what I know right now. One more breath on this side. Whenever you are ready, I'll be coming back down into a child's form. Can you either, if you'd like, or if there's another resting shape that you would prefer to rest in, do that. Maybe you choose a different variation of child's form for this time. Spending 5 breaths here. Allowing whatever to arise. Maybe saying a little affirmation to yourself. One more breath. Whenever you're ready, meeting me in the middle of your mat, facing the long ways of your mat. I'll be moving through a variation of a side plank here. So I'll show you and you can join in with me if you would like. On the right knee, bringing the left leg out to the side, staying on that right knee and placing the right hand on the ground. And then from here, reaching the arm overhead. So if you would prefer, you could sit back on this right hip if that feels better for you. Reach the arm overhead, or it might feel better to bend this knee so it's a little bit more beside you as you reach. A couple different variations that you can choose. Wherever you are, taking one more breath. Bring back up and repeating on the other side. So having the left knee bent, right leg goes out straight, left arm goes to the ground, right arm overhead. And once again, any of the variations will work. Or you can do something completely different. You get to decide. One more breath wherever you are. Bringing your arms down if they're up above your head, coming back up. You're meeting me in bound angle. So if you have books or a block, you might want to use this to sit on if you are like me and like your hips elevated. If you are okay sitting on the ground, feel free to do that. Sitting with the feet together, knees out in bound angle. As always, if this does not work for your body, choose something different. You can have your legs out straight in front of you. You can lie down. Maybe you close your eyes or you gaze them gently and softly in front of you. Placing your arms wherever feels comfortable. Just taking a couple breaths here, seeing if it feels okay to let your body sink into this form. Let your hips relax. Your jaw relax. Your cheeks relax. If it feels uncomfortable to have your knees up, you could place pillows or blankets underneath them and help them to relax even more. Knowing that if you don't feel comfortable relaxing or you feel like it's difficult, maybe you're judging yourself for how you are showing up on the mat today. Bring in that element of self-compassion. You are doing the best right now with what you can. That's always enough. Spending 3 more breaths with me here. One more inhale One more exhale. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to open them. We'll be ending today's practice with a few forms on the back. So you can join me on your back if you'd like. Maybe taking a moment to settle into this new variation of movement. I invite you to bring your right knee up to your chest. If you would like, place your arms around the shin and gently hug that right knee up. And you might decide to move the leg from side to side or in a circle, finding whatever works best for you. In your own time, switching sides, bringing that right leg down, bringing that left knee up. Maybe doing circles on this side or gentle rock. And if it calls to you in this moment, bringing that right knee up so that you have both legs up, hugging your knees to your chest. Once again, maybe rocking, swaying side to side, giving your back a massage. Might feel better to stay still. That is completely okay. Yeah. And once again, in your own time, making your way to a final resting shape, whatever that looks like to you today. There's no right or wrong way to rest. I accept myself. I forgive myself. I am doing the best I can with what I know right now. And in whatever way you showed up today, that is 100% valid. You accept and have compassion towards any variation of you that showed up today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'll see you next time.